Alright, what's up everybody? My name is Ian. This is my 10th generation Civic Si. So it is a coupe, and if you guys are interested, I have an original build walk-around video on my channel. This was done maybe a couple years ago. So in that video, it was kind of more like the first things that I did with the car. My first, I believe, 20,000 miles. So now I have 50,000 miles on this car. A lot has been changed both cosmetically and performance-wise. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys an updated video, as well as just share my experience with this platform. That way, those of you that are looking to get into this generation of a Civic kind of know the do's and the don'ts, and just a little bit more guidance and inspiration for your build. All right, so first thing, most noticeable thing, we'll go ahead and start with the wheels right here. So with the wheels, these are N-Key RPF 1s in the white finish. These are 18 by 9.5 plus 38 offset in a 5 by 114 bolt pattern. So for those of you looking to get a set of wheels for your car, right, you can go anywhere from a 17 to a 19, but me personally, I think 18s look the best, and 18s are the only wheel that belong on the car. So you can go, yeah, 18 inch, anywhere from 8 to 9.5. I've seen some people fit 10-inch wheels. So with that, I'm not too sure if that required a little bit of rubbing and rolling some fenders. But yeah, with this 18 by 9.5 plus 38 on a 245/40 18 tire. I'm running a Hankook V12 summer tire, so it is nice and meaty. You can see it's a very flush fitment with this offset, right? There's no poke, it's just very flush, and it is a square setup, so 18 by 9.5 all around. So keeping up with the wheels, so I'm on D2 lowering springs right now. So far so good, but I do notice that the springs have settled noticeably, like a lot, over the 2 years that I've had them on the car, and it did cause some alignment issues if you're not on top of it. So with this car, if you put yourself on lowering springs, you're gonna want to make sure you get an alignment at least every 6 to 8 months, right? Just because of it being the nature of the springs. And my concern is I don't think these stock shocks are gonna last much longer. So I'm getting ready to either switch over to coils, or you know, if the finances are right, definitely put some bags on this car, because being in California, driving on these shit ass roads, you know, you gotta have bags. Look at that, nice little 300Z over there. But yeah, so keeping up with the cosmetic side, moving on to the rear. With the coupe, there's not much options for the rear taillights. So this part right here is just an overlay. I got it from Premium Auto Styling. You can go ahead, it's like maybe 20 bucks. It's really nice because it doesn't affect the turn signal. All right, still keeps everything right there. Probably about the only thing I have on the rear is this gurney flap right here. You can find it on spoilerking.com. No product placement here, just because it sits very nicely, right? It extends the lip a little bit, right? And then you just go. And I don't see a noticeable reduction in MPG. I've heard a lot of people with the car use design, however the hell you say it, Caru's design flap. I've noticed they said that they did take a hit with the MPG, but this one, perfect. Still getting about 30 MPG with this car. All right, so now moving to the front, the last of the cosmetic bits before I go ahead and start talking about the performance. So right here, just some Amazon smoke side markers. They are sequential, so they sync up with the turn signals. Looks really nice during the day and the night. Right here, this is what I get a lot of questions about. Right here, this little silver eyelid piece that goes on top of the garnish. So a lot of people think that I just painted the grill itself, but it's actually, if you could see, it's a physical piece that you put on top, right? So what I did was, it's on eBay. I'm not gonna drop the link, you guys can just look for it yourselves, but it's on eBay. Just look up FK8 eyelid grill accent covers or whatever, and it'll pop up. They're very bright red, like the OEM Honda ones, but you just gotta sand it down, paint match it, let it dry, and then slap it on the car. It looks fucking amazing, right? And then moving on to the headlights. These are the best headlights made for this 10th generation Civic. These are Morimoto XB LED headlights. They have 4 jewel projector things, super bright. High beams, stupid bright at night. There's no need to even have them. If you can get your hands on a set of them, highly recommend. I know they're discontinued now, but I was able to pick them up secondhand for a pretty decent price. And if you can, definitely grab them. So this is a 2020, so these garnishes are pretty stock, right? So a lot of people do go ahead and switch it over. It does just make the car look a lot better than those fake vents. And then lastly, cosmetic wise, I have a full one-piece carbon fiber lip. It has yellowed a little bit. It's also just dirty, right? But this is full one-piece carbon fiber. I believe it was actually meant for just a regular Civic, not the SI. So I kind of had to make it fit. It was a pain in the ass to install, but it's the most stable, strongest lip that I've had in the car. You know, handles the top speeds and everything, really good. All right, so here in the interior, there's not much that's changed. So this red trim, that's OEM. All I did was a little nice red Honda emblem and then the SI carbon badge. So, oh, and right here, I have a Skunk2 shift knob. And I did do the 2020 Civic Type R shifter with all the acuity bits. So it's very, right? And then in the background, you see I have a Hondata Flash Pro. So let's go ahead and transition into performance. All right, so now coming back up here to the front, talking about the performance mods. So most noticeable thing that you can see when the hood is closed is that nice big intercooler down there. So if you don't know, I did partner with Skunk2 on this build. I was lucky enough to be an R&D car for them when they were producing all their parts. And I am pretty much, as of right now, a full Skunk2 catalog car, just missing the coils. So that's next, right? So after that nice big intercooler core down there, also comes with these nice powder coated aluminum charge pipes. One goes down there, and then this hose right here connects to another one that's back there. All right, so with the intercooler, I have a PRL Cobra cold air intake. This is just the street math, but yeah, it'll route out and shoots out down here behind the fender. Get some really nice noises. So if there's one mod that you're gonna do and you're not gonna tune the car, definitely get a cold air intake. It's just gonna make your driving experience a lot better. You're gonna hear a lot more of the car, just to make it feel a lot more alive. So after the intake and the intercooler, to make it full bolt-on, I have a Skunk2 Catless downpipe paired with a, of course, Skunk2 Frontpipe. So it is a 3-inch from turbo back, meaning even at the flanges, they don't shrink it down in diameter, they keep it a true 3-inch. So this thing is stupid loud. I liked it at first, but my honest opinion now is it's just getting a little too loud, especially as I'm maturing and I'm getting older. But I will say though, even though it's very loud, it sounds absolutely amazing. The 3-inch just gives it a nice, really deep tone that you don't really hear from other Hondas. A lot of the other exhaust for this car, it still keeps a bit of a rasp, but with this 3-inch setup, there's no rasp. It's just very deep, right? Very deep. Sets off a lot of car alarms, even at low RPMs, like 2000 RPM, just because it's such a deep tone. But yeah, to make this car full bolt-on, you basically just need an intake, an intercooler, a downpipe, front pipe. So the downpipe is where everybody's catalytic converter sits. Once you free that up, right, open that up, it's just gonna be a lot more sound, as well as just a lot more turbo response. So I am full bolt-on, but just tuned on stage 1 by Powermetrics. It is my daily driver, so I'm not really looking to push it that hard. Still on stock clutch, no issues with the stock clutch. Transmission is really good. A lot of people, if you don't drive it right, can blow up transmissions, but you just got to be careful when you're shifting. You don't have to slam it into the gear. So yeah, after that, everything comes out nicely out to this little Skunk2 double barrel exhaust. So like I said, it is a full 3-inch. Sits very nicely right up to the edge. And yeah, so that's about it for the car. 50,000 miles later. If you guys have any questions, want to just get to know the build a little more, have a little more of my opinion on the car and what can be done, feel free. DM me, follow me on Instagram at FC3Ian, right over here. And yeah, so yeah guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out my build. Again, this is a 2020 Civic Si, 10th generation platform. Let me just go ahead and shut this hood for you guys. So yeah, 10th generation platform. It's a full bolt-on stage 1 tune, Catless everything. And yeah, there it is. That's how she sits. If you guys are thinking about picking one up, definitely pick one up. And if you guys got any questions, again, feel free, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm very open, you know, always willing to help people out as much as I can. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving, and buy yourself a 10th gen Civic.